All right. So there we go. I'm going to share the screen with you. I hope you will be able to see it. All right. Okay. All right. So first of all, we'll talk about, because anyone can participate. Students are still coming in, and I have to admit them. All right. So, so the first thing you need to understand, because it is A levels business and the code is 9609. You know about it because I explained that in the orientation session. We need to understand first what is a business. You need to understand it first. So anybody who can explain that, I hope my students can answer that as well. Any volunteer who can explain what is a business, because we are going to study the subject named business, so you must know about this term. Yes, anybody who can explain what is a business? Nobody? All right, so might be it was long back you were studying, so now uh, it's not easy to get in touch with studies. All right, so I can explain that. Business, remember, it is an activity. Remember, business is an activity. But before I explain that, you need to understand that the word business has come from the word busyness. When you say I am busy, so it means that you are consuming time, you are consuming yourself as well. So it has come from the word busy, busyness. Then they changed it to, obviously the spellings are different, but this is how this word came from. So when I say I'm doing a business, it means I'm busy somewhere. Now, you, if you are busy, it means definitely you are involved in a certain activity. And what is that activity? Now we need to define that, because any activity in which you are involved cannot be called a business. You understand this as well. For example, you are watching TV, so this is an activity. You are playing football, or you are actually surfing on the internet, or you're using your cell phone, making phone calls. Whatever you're doing, all are activities. And you are busy, obviously. It is an activity as well, you are busy as well. So why it is not called a business? Because these activities are for sure cannot be called business. Okay, so now what kind of an activity can be called a business where someone is busy doing something? It is basically, let me write it for you. It is an activity. Now I am going to add something. It is a human. Let me write it with a different color so that you can see that easily. A human activity. Because activity can be done by robots as well, machines as well. Activity is going on. But element of human must be involved in a business. So an activity where humans are involved, this is the topmost priority, because if an activity is going on and no human is involved, it cannot be called a business. First thing. Second, so it is a human activity which is designed to satisfy people's needs and wants. So human activity, and the purpose of that activity is to satisfy people's needs and wants. We'll talk about needs and wants in detail in the chapters as well. All right. So, but you need to understand what is a need and what is a want, because people can have both these things. Need is something which is essential for survival. You require bread, right? You require water, you require shelter. So this is essential for survival. This is a need. Everybody requires it for his or her living. And wants are those goods. Okay, let me ask you, uh, and then I'll explain that. Isra, can you explain me what is a want? Isra, please speak up. Hello? Isra, are you there? Okay, Lare Furkan, can you answer my question? What is a want? Lare Furkan, can you hear me?
Things that are not essential for survival,
Okay,
luxuries.
all right, very good. Wants are all those items which are not essential for survival, and so they give pleasure to human beings. For example, you are thirsty and you drink a glass of water. So it means you are able to quench your thirst with a glass of water. You will be satisfied because one of your need is now fulfilled with that glass of water, right? But if someone offers you a cold drink when you are thirsty, so now you will be overjoyed, you will be over satisfied. Why? Because now it won't only satisfy your need, it will give you pleasure as well. So wants give pleasure, and they are not essential for survival if they are not given to human beings. But needs are essential for survival, and normally they are food, shelter, clothing. We'll talk about it in detail in the future, in the coming classes, right? Right now, my purpose is to tell you about what is a business so that we can move on. So now you understand that business is an human activity which is designed to satisfy people's needs and wants. So whatever they do, their purpose is to satisfy either the need of the people or the want of the people. All right. And now, so what can they achieve by doing this? Because if they keep on satisfying people's needs and wants, so what benefit they would get? The benefit is, I'm going to write just now. So it is a human activity which is designed to satisfy people's needs and wants with an objective of profit, right? So now this is actually a complete definition which you can explain as well. So it means no business can deny that they are not there to satisfy people's needs and wants. Every business is trying to satisfy either the needs of the people or the wants of the people. And for that, either they actually produce only two items. What are those items? One is either it could be goods or it could be services. So can you think of a business which is producing other than these two items, goods or services? Umar, can you answer it? Is there any business which is producing other than goods and services? Can you think of any business? Umar?
No, sir.
All right. Razeen? Razeen Ishfaq? Hello? I think she is not hearing me. All right. Okay. So it means you cannot think of any of the business which is not involved in goods and services. Either they produce and provide goods to people, either it is a car manufacturing business, an ice cream parlor, a clothes making factory, or it can be a bank, it can be a cinema house, it can be a holiday resort, it can be a hotel. So it means either they will provide you the services in the form of showing you a movie in a cinema, or provide you with banking facilities, or for example, teaching is again a kind of a business where teachers provide the services of a teacher. Hairdressing business, again, they provide services. Same is the case with other businesses which provide goods. So it means needs and wants can only be satisfied with the help of either goods or services. Remember that. Needs and wants can only be satisfied either with goods or services. There is no other way. So if this is the case, that needs and wants can only be satisfied with the help of goods and services, then obviously businesses will be involved in providing or producing goods and services. Why I am using the word providing and producing? Can you tell me why I'm not using the word producing only? Hira Javed, can you tell me?
Sir, because some firms might not produce them but only provide them, like retailing.
Yeah, very good. Because there are businesses which only sell, for example, retail shops. So the shops from where we buy items, they do not produce anything. They just make the goods available to you at the convenient places from where the people can buy. So they are involved in services. That is why they are in the business of providing goods, right? So we call them that they are retailing. They are retailers. They are in the retailing business. Retailers वो होते हैं जो shops. We call them shops. Okay, so that is why I am using the word producing and providing. Because if you are owning a factory, obviously you are producing. But if you are owning a shop, so then in that case, all right. Okay, so then if we are owning a shop, then it means we are in the business of retailing. We provide services, and if we are owning a factory, we are in the business of producing goods to the people. But the purpose of both goods and services is to satisfy people's needs and wants. All right, so now we understand all businesses, they either produce goods or services to satisfy people's needs and wants, because needs and wants cannot be satisfied without goods or services. But obviously, back of the mind, their objective is profit. Excuse me, please mute your mic. Someone's mic is... Thank you. All right. So, but back of the mind, their objective is profit. Now it means their objective is not public welfare, that they will keep on satisfying people. No. Their purpose is that they want their customers to be satisfied in the best possible way. Right? What is the purpose? Let me write it here. Purpose of the business is to satisfy people in the best possible way. And do you know why they want to satisfy them in the best possible way? Daud, can you answer that? Sorry, Ahmed. Ahmed, can you answer it?
What, sir?
Why businesses want their customers to be satisfied in the best possible way?
Sir, so that the customers can stick for long enough and be long-term customers of sales.
Okay, all right,
sales
all right.
can be constant.
Okay, it's fine, very relevant. But the main purpose is why they want to satisfy their people or customers in the best possible way, so that they can charge the price they want, right? Because if customers are satisfied, they might be willing to pay any price, right? So when businesses are able to satisfy their customers in the best possible way, they are able to charge the price they want. So what happens then? It helps businesses to earn profit they want, or to earn targeted profit, right? So obviously all businesses, they have a target as far as profit is concerned. So they try to satisfy customers in the best possible way so that they can charge a certain price which they have already decided, so that they can get the profit which is their primary objective. Because we all know that the primary objective of every business is profit, right? Primary objective of every business is profit, and that is why they are in that activity, they are involved in that activity. Otherwise there is no point satisfying customers, doesn't matter how satisfied they are, if you are not getting profit. If you are not getting profit and you are satisfying customers in the best possible way, there's no point doing it, because back of the mind the main purpose is to get profit. Now the thing is, what is profit? So I want Farhan to answer. Farhan, what is a profit? Farhan, what is profit? Please do not hide yourself. Faria, Faria, what is profit? Faria Khan. Okay, Fatma Zulfikar, can you answer my question? Fatma, what is profit? Yes.
So selling price minus cost price.
Okay, all right. So yes, it's technical, but for those students who have not studied business, they might not be able to understand that. But yes, your answer is right. Selling price minus cost. So basically profit is, let me write it there. Profit is the difference between the amount business gets and the amount business spends, right? I think, let me just take it upwards because you are not able to see it, I guess. All right. So now what is profit? Profit is the difference between the amount business gets and the amount business spends. So why business spends? Obviously, to start your activity as a business, you require lots of things. We'll talk about it. You need to spend money first. Okay, then you produce an item or you provide services, and then people pay a price for it. Okay, so the price people pay, that is the amount you receive as a businessman. Okay, so whatever the difference which is left, for example, you spend $10 and you receive from customers $15. For example, if this is the case, you spend, for example, okay, you receive, for example, you receive $15 from the people for the product you are selling, and you spent actually $10 to produce that. So obviously your profit will be $5. It's very easy, very simple. So it should not be like that the amount you are spending is more than the amount you are receiving. Then you will be at a loss, and no business wants to suffer loss. Like the amount you are getting is less than the amount you are spending. There is no point running that business then, and then that business cannot continue for a longer period of time. They have to close it down. So business has to make it sure that the amount they are getting, we call it Let me write it there. The amount business receives, normally we call it revenue. Okay, and the amount business spends in producing or providing that good is called cost. Okay, and we call it profit. And all businesses, they want profit to be there, otherwise there will be a problem. Now we need to discuss about that, where do they spend their money, why cost incurs. So let's talk about it as well. I hope that everybody got it, whatever I explained up till now. Any confusion or any question, you are most welcome, business or non-business
Sir,
students. Yeah, please.
sir, sir, I wanna ask about middleman. Sir, he isn't producing goods, neither he is directly providing it for the public, but
All
still
right.
he's earning from.
Okay, very intelligent question. Ansab, Ansab Rauf. Is that your name? Am I pronouncing it right, Ansab?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, a very
Sir, can
good
you
and
repeat the
intelligent.
question?
Okay, yes, I am repeating it and I am not going to answer that. In fact, you will answer it. Anybody? Okay, the question is that, okay, just give me a minute because my laptop battery is running out. Just give me a few seconds. I'm getting back. Okay, all right, students, I am back. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, so now the question is, Ansab is asking about a middleman. Let me, because that is the question, maybe a very technical one, let me explain you that. Because Ansab is of the view that middleman is not involved either in providing services or producing goods, but still it is called a business. Let me explain you what he is talking about. Let's say this is just a minute. For example, there is a producer, right? And then there is a producer there, then there is a middleman or middleman. Okay, now what are the middlemen? Okay, we'll talk about it later because it's an advanced level concept. And then we have retailers. Then we have the final customers. All right. So now the question is that fine, producers produce. So it's a business, fine. Retailers, they provide services to customers because customers visit their shop, they make the goods available. So again, it's a business. How middlemen is a business? Well, because middlemen are actually those businesses which take the goods from the producer, right? And they deliver it to the retailers. So can anybody explain me? And after that, I will answer Ansab's question as well. Anybody? Fatma, can you answer it? Or Hira?
Sir, what's the question?
Question is, Ansab is asking, so did you get what I just explained? That
Yes, sir.
producers sells goods to middlemen. Middlemen take the goods from the producer and then sells it to retailers. They deliver the goods to the retailers at their doorstep. And then finally customers buy from retailers. The question Mansab is asking is how middleman is a business, but they are not producing goods or providing services. So is it right or not? Can you explain that?
Sir, they
If
are
you
transporting the goods. So isn't it a service?
Absolutely right. Bullseye. So you are right on target, Hira. Very good. Thank you very much. So basically, another name given to middlemen is, let me write it there. They can be called wholesalers, right? Okay. And remember, retailers can also be called middlemen, but I'm not talking about them. So wholesalers basically get the goods from the producer, right? Wholesalers. They keep a stock with them and then they deliver in smaller quantity to retailers. So basically wholesalers, they provide services to retailers and the producers because they have their own vehicles and they buy the goods from there, then they have to store it somewhere. And then they make it available to retailers. Again, they provide services to retailers as well, transportation services, even storage services, because retailers are not able to buy all the quantity together. So they say, all right, please just store it somewhere. We'll buy it from you at some other point of time. So this is how middlemen are also called businesses, because they are in the business of providing services. So Ansab, did you get your answer?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. All right. So thank you, Hira, once again for answering the question. All right. So now we are going to, okay, any other question? Because now I'm going to move on to another topic that will be related with that. Any other question? I am waiting for the students. You can ask any question if it is relevant to the topic. I am there to answer. Yes, Ahmed? Ahmed Rahman, you want to say something? Anybody? Okay, so no question. All right. So let me now move on. Okay, now I was talking about that yes, the main objective of every business is to earn profit. It's fine. But where do they spend their money? Because they get revenue from customers, fine. But where do they spend their money? Now we are going to talk about that. Let's begin this. So I have set an example for you guys. For example, there is a manufacturing business. Okay, and they manufacture, for example, shoes. Okay, they manufacture shoes, so it means they are in the business of producing goods. So it's a business, fine. And they are involved in that activity. But for that activity to continue or to run, what do they require? What does this manufacturing business require? First of all, they require what? They require workers, right? Because without the help of workers, they are not able to run their activity, that business activity. How will they be able to manufacture clothes if there are no workers at all? Okay, so this is the foremost requirement. So when workers are hired, businesses have to pay them an amount for their services. And we call them what? We either call them wages, right? Or we can say salaries. But there is a difference between wages and salaries. Anybody who is familiar with that? Who can answer? Faria, you did not answer earlier. Please answer the question. What is the difference between wages and salaries?
Sir, wages are given on weekly basis or on daily basis to the workers, while salary is given monthly.
All right, very good. So wages are normally given to low level workers and they are given on weekly or daily basis. Whereas salaries are given on monthly basis, like a teacher gets a salary per month. So we are not given salaries per day or per week. Similarly, if I talk about, for example, a management job, a manager who works in an office, again manager gets a salary and by the end of a month. Okay, all right. But think about construction workers. So when they are involved in some kind of construction, they are given, in Pakistan, they are given wages on daily basis. But in certain countries or certain parts of the world, the workers are given wages on weekly basis as well. So it means this is one factor, that businesses, they are required to spend money to hire workers so that they can pay them wages and salaries easily. So this is one factor where the cost is involved or where the amount is spent by the business. And workers are extremely essential for every business. Okay, then what do you require? You require a piece of land. Obviously, the factory I'm talking about, the manufacturing business, obviously they require a land to build that factory or to erect it. So that piece of land will be required. So either you will buy it or you will take it on rent. Okay. So if you hire that piece of land, then obviously you have to pay rent of that land. Right? You have to pay rent of that land. And obviously rent is again a cost, an expense. So this is another way where business spends to buy a piece of land. Then what is required? To buy a piece of land, to hire workers, you require what? You require a lot of money. If you see on your right side, extreme right, so you'll find that picture. So a lot of money is required to buy a piece of land or workers. So what do we call it? So that lot of money which is required, either business will be, because when you start your business, you might not be having enough money, because if you already have enough money, what is the point of starting a business then? You can easily support your family with the money you have. So because you do not have money, but you have the idea that I can earn money by having that business. So what do? You require money to pay your workers, you require money to buy a piece of land, and you require money to buy what? To buy machinery or equipment. Obviously, these equipments and machineries will be run by workers. Okay, and you need to train workers as well. But first of all, you need to buy machinery so that it would be available for the workers. If they are not there, what is the point of hiring workers then? Because they will get their salaries or wages anyway, but there will be no output that will be produced because machinery or equipment is not there. So again, to buy machinery or equipment, you require money. And you do not have it because you have just started your business and your intention is to make money, to earn profit. So what do? You go to a bank. What do we call it? A financial institution. And banks provide you what? They provide you with loan. So when you pay, it means when you get money from the bank in the form of a loan, you have to pay it as well. Okay, the amount, but you have to pay not only that amount, you have to pay something over and above that, and we call it, let me write it there, we call it interest. For example, you have borrowed $100,000 from the bank to start your business. And why? To buy capital, to buy machinery, to buy land, to hire workers. Okay, and then now this amount needs to be returned to the bank after a certain point of time, because when you borrow money from the bank, there is a time limit. So you do not pay only that 100,000. You pay actually more than that. So actually, what is that? I'm not okay. All right. So you pay $10,000 more. This is over and above $100,000. So eventually you end up paying $110,000. 100,000 is the original amount. This was the original amount you actually borrowed from the bank, right? And this is the amount you will pay in the form of interest. So this is how. So again, you require a lot of money to do it. Okay, any confusion up till now? You can ask the question if you want to. So the purpose of showing these diagrams is that where does the business spend their money? Okay. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, all right, students. So any confusion up till now? I know that business students, they are very familiar with that, but I'm talking about non-business students. They can ask me questions if they are still not clear, because your base needs to be strong when we'll start. Any question? Yes, please. Anyone who wants to ask a question? Ahmed Noman or anyone else? Mohammed Haris, yes? Yes, Haris?
Sir, if a businessman doesn't have a middleman, can it survive or not?
Yes, why not? Actually, middleman, I told you earlier that it's actually an advanced level concept, but because Ansab mentioned that, so I was bound to explain that. Actually, there are many businesses, they survive without middleman. Remember, middleman can be a wholesaler, middleman can be a retailer. Why we call them middlemen? Because they come in between the producer and the customer. That is why they are called middlemen. So in between there is a wholesaler and there is a retailer. So think about, you have your own factory outlet. For example, Levi's jeans. So they manufacture jeans and then they deliver it to their own factory outlet. So do they really require any retailer or a wholesaler? I mean, like a middleman? You answer. Haris? Muhammad Haris? Maybe he's having a problem. Okay. So it means if you have your own factory outlet, or you can deliver the goods at the doorstep of the customers, then middlemen will not be required. But this is not possible for every business. Many businesses, they require the help of middlemen. But this does not mean that every business requires the middlemen and without them they cannot survive. You know that Amazon.com? So it's a website. You can buy anything from that site. So there are many manufacturers who have their own online business. They produce it, they keep it in a store or a warehouse, and then they deliver it to the people who contact them through internet. So in that case, there is no middleman involved. Still, they are successful in running their business. Haris, I hope I gave the answer. Muhammad Haris? He's not answering. I guess maybe there's some problem. Okay, any other question? Any other question you want to ask from the topic we have just covered? We have talked about what is a business. We have talked about what is the purpose of business, and what are the activities in which businesses are involved in, and what are the ways in which business needs to spend, or where does business normally spend to produce goods and services to earn profit. So this is actually we have covered up till now. So no more question. I'm still okay. All right. So it means no other question is there, because I'm telling you, if you are not clear, do ask questions. Okay, you should not be having any fear that somebody will make fun of you. Not at all. And there is no silly question in my dictionary as far as it is relevant to the topic we are covering. So do ask questions whenever you are unclear. This is my way of teaching. All right, so that was the introductory class. So almost it's to more than 2:20. So I think that's all for today, and I'll see you next time when we'll have a regular class. Thank you very much. You can leave now. Hurry up, guys, leave quickly, because I will be the last one who will leave the meeting.